cocaine, heroin.
Voltron Network.
I wish I had that as an excuse, but I just got on up. My memory just failed me.
It's like if I was going to go and see a film for the first time in when was the last time we went to the cinema? Tenet. So in almost a year, right? That's like 10 months ago. I'd be so excited. No way could I forget.
Guys, we're talking about the fact that Black Widow came out early in the UK compared to most other countries, and I had my ticket for that first night, Wednesday night showing. Came home from work, and I had this weird feeling in my head that I'd forgotten something, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And I just came home and crashed on the couch, and it wasn't until like the evening that I realized, oh shit, a movie I booked that I forgot to go to. So I have to go was Black Widow when everybody else gets to see it. Damn it,
you peasant.
Exactly.
Not special.
With the dollars.
Not special. Yeah. Not like me, who will be going to a private screening tomorrow.
That empty.
I mean, like you were saying, like, hurry up and book your tickets. And I still had my pick of like what seat I wanted, and they're still doing the whole social distancing, so they like mark off like loads of seats around you.
Yeah, they're gonna do that as well. As long as there's no one behind me, I'm cool. So what we got? We got Loki episode 5. Guys, welcome. Talking about the movies, Minisode, where we're reviewing the Loki, Marvel's Loki, Disney Plus. I'm Edoris Antonio.
And I'm Mo.
And this is episode 5, Journey into Mystery.
I can't remember if they do this every week, but I don't recall seeing a recap previously. And I was thinking, what did so much stuff happen like in the last episode that they had to do a recap? And then literally that recap literally did go through a lot of plot.
Yeah, because we're coming up to the end now, isn't it? So gotta catch people up. Remind everybody. Yeah, this episode was crazy. If you're crazy, well, I'll get to reasons why. If you're you're deep in the comic books, like you're a real comic book nerd for like foreign Loki stuff and any other Marvel shit, old school. The Easter eggs in this were just crazy, and a lot of them I actually friggin' spotted. Most of the time, I don't see any Easter eggs until someone else points them out to me.
Give us an example of a Easter egg that you spotted.
Thanos helicopter.
Did not see that.
Which was in the comic books. That Thanos flew around in the little helicopter with the words Thanos written on the side, and it was there in the background in the void or wherever they were. But there's a few more. I'll drop them little jewels as we go along. So, Mo, before we really start breaking it down, you got any broad opinions of this episode?
I've got to say, it did feel to me a little bit like this was one of those holding pattern episodes. It's kind of like it didn't need to go on for as long as it did. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't have a good time with the episode, but it kind of felt like they just dragged that whole thing out just so they could stop it at the hour, at the reveal of like what you see at the end.
The gateway. Yeah. So we begin where the same place that the bonus scene, end credit scene in the last episode showed us of Loki waking up in the void, surrounded by old Loki, played by Richard E. Grant, young Loki, or Kid Loki, I think people calling him, Black Loki. I think he's got some other name, but okay. And the crocodile Loki. It's hilarious.
Is he a crocodile or an alligator?
Alligator, what's the difference? Bloody same bloody things.
They're two different things, aren't they?
I don't care. If you study animals, scream all you want. Same damn thing. Just purses with legs.
You'd be like saying like cats and dogs are the same thing because they're furry and walk on 4 legs.
Yeah. So
I will say, I mean, so the first thing I want to say is it's more of a fashion thing, but Loki or Tom Hiddleston, the man knows how to rock a shirt and a tie. Like he does look good in that horrible looking shirt and tie, doesn't he?
It is. It's like it really does look like office wear or some IKEA shit, but
yeah. But like I said, he rocks it.
Some people just got the knack, man.
Yeah. I mean, some very, very fun sort of moments here with Loki and a few more Lokis, right?
Bickering began pretty quickly.
Yeah. And I love the way that our Loki, is going through the same stages that they've already gone through and accepted.
Yeah. What I love is that Kid Loki is in charge. Like he's basically the king. This is his realm. It's like all these Lokis can see to this little kid.
Yeah.
Because he killed 4. He succeeded in doing what none of the other Lokis could do. Killed his brother. Holy shit.
But didn't one of the other ones, wasn't he bragging about how he killed Captain America?
But then they said liar. They all kind of.
Oh right.
Right. Oh well, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun. I did like that. The little kind of banter back and forth. Kind of desperate to kind of get to shelter, but we'll get to that.
Do we want to talk about just how odd crocodile or alligator Loki is? Is that like a comic book thing? Is it, or is it just some weird and wacky thing they've thrown in?
I don't believe specifically there was a crocodile one. There have been animal versions of Loki, but I don't think there was an alligator or crocodile, what the fuck, version. So I think that's just the writers having fun. And we get our first look of, well, we kind of hear, because they're running from him, the Aeolof, which is the big cloud,
big dragon
beast thing that just consumes everything.
We just call him Smokey the Dragon.
Smokey the Dragon. Aeolof, Smokey the Dragon. And and we click back, or switch back to Sylvie, face to face with Renslayer. And I guess where we get the answer that Renslayer isn't in on what was going on. She doesn't know who's running things.
But you do kind of get the feeling that she still does know something.
But
then it is contradicted at the end where she suddenly asks the little clock or whatever that thing is to get like all the info on the beginning of time or whatever it is.
Yeah, she doesn't know who is the person behind it. So yeah, she's pretty much clueless almost as the rest of them.
Do you reckon that reveal next week is going to be disappointing?
Probably.
Because they've built it up over 5 episodes, right? It's going to be like Star Trek Discovery Season 3, like the cause of the burn.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's not going to be as bad as that. Yeah. You're not going to get some some pestilent adult child with all the problems.
Do you think the actress that plays Renslayer, she actually done a really good job of like convincing me that she had switched sides at the beginning, right up until they start talking about the ship. Then you know instantly that it's all been like rubbish. And it's a setup.
Yeah, under threat of getting what they called it?
Is it stabbed with a spear?
Pruned. Under the threat of getting pruned, it's like they talk to Little Clock, which whose name we forgot. And it's like, show us the records, how, where, and you know, truth be told, she tells her that. Why would actually Sylvie, Lady Loki, believe her when she says he's not dead? When you get pruned, you just get sent to like this end of time place. I wouldn't believe her.
I guess it's the thing of hope, right? That you want to kind of believe, and it turns out that she was absolutely telling the truth, right?
Yeah. And they figure out where it is. Very end of time, like, hey,
yeah,
crazy. But then all the guards, Minutemen come in. She was just biding time, trying to trick her. Sylvie kind of figured it out, and in the end, she just commits Harry Carey,
prunes herself, and you're kind of thinking, oh, she's just going to use the temp pad and go to like the void or the end of time or whatever. But that scene is purely you can even see the stunned look on like the guards' faces as well.
It's like, whoa. So I'm guessing they haven't got a clue. They just presume, you know, they're dead when they do it.
Yeah, but we are saying that Renslayer does know that when people get pruned, they get sent to this void.
Which I think is the extent of her knowing more than she lets on. I don't think she knows anything more past this.
Which is like a really odd thing, right? Why are they dumping all of these people in this void? Why are they just not killing them?
It is actually an interesting idea. Why not just disintegrate them?
Yeah, like you are essentially putting them on this desolate place where you're essentially sending them to die.
Yeah, so it's like, why not just? Maybe they want them to be, but why? Why would you be that?
Maybe they want them to suffer.
Yeah, why would you?
So they're sadistic.
That really has to be it, isn't it?
Yeah,
and there is a sense of this weird sort of cultist mentality, especially with her, even after it's exposed that what she believed to be the timekeepers were just machines.
Yeah,
but she's still so institutionalized to this TVA that she can't break out of this programming. You know, she still wants to be a good TVA agent or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, which then is the thing that leads me to believe that maybe she knows a little bit more than she's letting on.
Guess we'll find out. Only one episode.
Or it's either that, or essentially she needs to be the bad guy, and Mobius, when he comes back to confront her, is the good guy type thing.
Yeah. Oh, Miss Minutes. That's what that little clock, animated clock thing is called. Miss Minutes. So yeah, we get back to the void, and among the Easter eggs, when we got a little landscape panning shot, it's Yellow Jacket's helmet.
Yellow Jacket's helmet.
Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man and the Wasp, the first one, the bad guy.
I'm struggling to remember anything about that film, having only seen it like 6 weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago. Literally, yellow is yellow. He's an insect as well, fighting against
yes. Oh yeah. Now,
the boyfriend. Yeah, his helmet is part of the landscape. It's just sitting there, like giant, like massive, like the size of a building. But it's like, what?
Someone sent me something last night about this. I'm watching the thing now. There's like an arcade machine in the background as well, called like Polymobus or something.
Yeah, supposed to refer to some sort of conspiracy theory about these government-placed arcades back in the 80s that were supposed to be like, they were supposed to be there to like hypnotize you, and do experiments and shit, but there's no evidence that they've ever existed, but supposedly people in black suits would come and take them away and all of that. So I think it's supposed to be reference to that. So after Sylvie does the Harry carry, wakes up in the void in a little van, Life turns up. She does a runner for it, and she touches him slightly. She touches the cloud, the little dust, and she sees the vision of the tower at the end of time. So she knows that there's some other way to get out of this situation. And then she bumps into her old buddy. Morbius is back. I have this massive world wherever the fuck they are
in Egypt. Because you see the pyramid, you see the Sphinx,
and you see the friggin' bridge from San Diego. Everything's there. It's ridiculous. But anyway, he finds her somehow, and they go for a little drive.
It's like amazing. Like in this desolate world, not only is the car running, but there's fuel to fuel it. Right?
I was thinking that. Like, where did he get the gas, the petrol to drive that thing? And So we go back to the Lokis. They're in their little bunker.
Wonderful little scene here.
Yeah, we see all the line and shit. And Loki's basically just trying to, it's like he's arguing with himself. I think that's basically what he's trying to be. Just him trying to convince himself to be a better person. Between these different facets of his personality. And the frustration of it, the fact that, he's saying, I'm going to kill Life, I'm going to kill the monster, and they'll just laugh at him. And he's like, do it myself.
Before he like wanders off, I do like the bit where the alligator doesn't like something that's said and tries to bite the guy's hand.
I like the fact he's just sitting there. He's actually a very proactive alligator.
Yeah, sentient, like understands everything that's going on,
and looks good.
But the bit where it was holding onto his hand, and they all grabbed it. That's the only time it looked fake.
I guess. So Loki decides, I'm going on my own. Whatever. Opens up the bunker, and we see Volt Loki, a version of Loki from the comics, with a bunch of other variant Lokis. But he's the only one that actually finally looks like Loki.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's got some sort of badge that's saying like Vote Loki.
Yeah. So apparently that's a storyline where Volky runs for president of the United States. This is during like the election period. The whole story just him running for election. It's ridiculous. And this leads to a massive little backstabbing. We find out that the Black Loki was just there as a plant to try to take out Kid Loki, and they all just turn on each other, and it all turns into one clusterfuck. And old Loki, Kid Loki, Alligator Loki, and Loki decides, screw it, let's get out of it.
Yeah, and everyone starts to fight, and it's a great fight scene because I just love the way that our Loki is kind of like just dancing, almost like some sort of like real exaggerated movement, like in between like everyone. Yeah,
just avoiding it. Like you can see that he sees this is just hopeless because he knows what's going on in their head necessarily because he's kind of been there.
Yeah,
in terms of the stubbornness and the belief that we should be in charge and all of that. And I guess he sees how futile it is. I guess to a degree, he's probably embarrassed as well because
Is that because he's been through a lot of experiences now and he's beyond? This is what I used to be like. And now I'm a different person.
Yeah, he's grown.
Yeah.
And it seems like old Loki also has been through that, possibly because he's older. He seems to understand how dumb this all is.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
interesting.
as you get older, you get wiser, right?
Yeah. It's interesting that Kid Loki seems to already be in that place.
He killed Thor. He's like, got nothing
Yeah.
left to prove.
I guess. It's like, man, damn.
Life began for him the day he killed his brother.
Yeah. We get a little, once they get out of the bunker, one interesting Easter egg, which isn't even a Marvel Easter egg. This is just a general conspiracy theorist Easter egg. The big ship, the warship that crashes down, that life goes for.
The
USS,
actual. Yeah.
USS Eldridge. Have you ever heard of the Philadelphia experiment?
I've seen the film.
Oh, about the ship who they're doing the experiments for.
And it goes forward in time.
Yeah. Well, different theories. Some say it's time travel. Others say it was just for teleportation. Some say it's interdimensional teleportation. But this experiment goes wrong, and soldiers and sailors like fuse to the hull, and it's all this. That's what that ship was supposed to be. And I guess they're doing their experiments, and it landed in the middle of this place.
Right. Okay. Because that was the one thing I was just like, this is so weird. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And yeah, they try and we see that they try and use the cannons against Alive. Does nothing. It's the cloud. And this is when was this before or after Lady Loki turns up? Again, how the hell did they find each other in this massive landscape? They just drive in one direction. It's like, oh.
It's like what we said in the MCU Revisited the other night, right? Captain Marvel just happened to chance upon Tony in the ship.
Maybe we can use the logic that they're all Lokis, and maybe Lokis are just drawn to each other somehow.
But she wasn't the one driving.
That is true again.
And she's not giving any directions.
Crazy. Yeah, crazy. Yeah. You see a little bit of bonding. They hang out for a little bit before this. Before they kind of go off to Battle of Life, where we see Loki and Lady Loki sitting side by side. Loki putting the blanket around himself and then around her.
Yeah. Was that before or after? Did they already split at that point?
No, this is before they decided to. She decides she wants to. They split. The other lot go off. I think this is before they split. Yeah.
It's before they split.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of want there to be a romance now at this point. It's like just to stop teasing it. Like they're obviously kind of vibing. We've seen that it's not a genetic thing. They're not related. Not like siblings. Because there's an alligator version. There's a black bird. Like they're obviously not a genetic match of.
There's a whole conversation that probably needs to be had around that.
I guess. But just hook them up, man. Just do it. Why not? Everybody wants it at this point.
I guess at some point in between here, Renslayer also does go to visit B. I can't remember the number. That's the designation of the prisoner.
B15 or something.
B, something like that.
Yeah. And she wants to know what she saw.
Yeah.
When she came in contact with Sylvie. Yeah. Just reiterate the fact that I had a life. So yeah, I really think she doesn't know anything. I'm convinced now. She knows nothing.
Or it's like she's playing it that way, and next week she'll like spill the beans on everything.
It was me all along.
Yeah, I know everything.
Yeah. More shit in the background. Crashed helicarrier. A little of the shield helicarriers. There's one of them in the background. Ronan the Accuser's ship is in the background from the first Guardians movie. There's all this shit everywhere. This is all the shit that I only saw. It's probably
but I was gonna say, like for most ordinary viewers like myself, we probably wouldn't even like really identify like a tenth of this stuff.
The guy that watches at the highest resolution possible, these things should jump out the screen at you.
Oh, it's the memory.
Oh yes. That's
or lack of, shall I say?
And they decide to young Loki, old Loki. And they get Loki decide to say, all right, screw it. We'll take you there to where the life is, but we're not going to help you fight him. We're just going off, and they do that.
Do you not think that's the most bizarre decision of them all, right? So when they actually get to the point they take him to like the Smoke of the Dragon, and they just say, no, we're just going to stay here.
Yeah.
They've got the opportunity to get off the planet. I found that really odd. And obviously later on, you kind of realize, right, the writers set that up because, but it just seems so odd.
It does, because you kind of think, why would you want to stay here? There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing here except for those weird bird things that just have little balls for heads. You
Yeah,
see those things that are
exactly.
running around.
Yeah. It just seemed like the most laziest. Like they couldn't come up with a reason to keep them there, so they're just
This is
like, "Nah,
where
I'm
we
gonna stay here."
belong.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not. No one would want to stay in prison.
Exactly. Even though it's a whole planet, it's still free of prison. Shit is falling out of the sky every minute.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time when one of these things drops on you. So yeah. I guess I'm forgetting. Does Sylvie convince Loki to do it her way, or did they kind of?
Oh, I think
do it separate?
I think Loki was just very much "we'll do it your way" type thing because I
Yeah.
love you so much.
Yeah, that's it. 'Cause he didn't believe she wants to enchant Elias.
Yeah.
Same thing she's been doing to everybody else. She thinks she can do it, but turns out the power of love is what hand in hand is what gave them the power to do it. Because they both had to do it. I guess they had to see old Loki die first to see that. Because remember, it's like I didn't think we had the power to do that because he was recreating Asgard to distract Elias.
Yeah, doesn't he say something like, "I think we're a lot more powerful than we know" or something?
Yeah, and then that's when he kind of had the faith to
Yeah.
link up hands, and then they could enchant Elias. And yeah, it opens up the gateway to wherever.
Oh, so for a moment, I was kind of thinking, is that actually the TVA? Because it looks. Do you remember in the first episode where they look out the window and they see like this massive city?
Yeah.
I was kind of like, "Ooh, is that the TVA?" I'm hoping not, and it's something more mystic.
No,
or is the TVA at the end of time?
Well, they said it is in the bubble at the end of time, but I think this is a different place because she said that when that original vision she had of a tower at the end of time, this isolated little castle type thing, was what they were going towards. So
right, so is your money on another Loki?
No.
Are we gonna even find out that this Loki is not our Loki and it's our Loki in the tower?
No, it's not gonna be another Loki. That would just be like, that would just retroactively just make this show shit. I don't want that. Yeah, I'm still convinced Siva Khan the Conqueror, who is in the next Doctor Strange movie, and there's all Easter eggs all throughout this show linking to him, or it's another person who's probably somebody else. It's most likely probably going to be somebody else, but yeah, it's still a mystery how they're going to do it, how they're going to make it satisfying. Is it going to be big bombastic? Because all these shows have ended, even the quiet ones like WandaVision, where it was just more, a cruise. It still ended with a nice bombastic ending.
Bang, yeah.
How are they going to do it with this one?
I know the final scene is just going to be like a jet ski bursting in through like a portal.
Yeah, what happens to this Loki? Because I don't think this is going to be they have to bring back the jet ski, man. It has to. They tease it too much. But yeah, in the end, what happens to this Loki? He has to die because he has no place anywhere else. I don't think this is going to be an ongoing.
Is this? Yeah, I was going to say, is this it for Loki in the MCU?
I think it has to be. I think this is his good
or do we get like another adventure with him and Sylvie in season 2?
I don't think there's going to be season 2. Well, there could be. So I think they said there could possibly be another Falcon. I don't know. My money's on dying.
You reckon?
Sylvie will live.
He's already died, right? So
yeah. I think that's the point. I think that's the point. The fact that he keeps dying and keeps coming back. But I think this could be it. Yeah, but overall, thumbs up, thumbs down. You said it was a little slow.
I mean, no, I didn't say it was slow. Like I said, I enjoyed the episode. I just felt like it was a holding pattern of an episode. It's like we've got to do 6 episodes. We haven't quite got enough story. We're gonna make them drive around the country, walk around.
Not enough forward momentum.
Yeah,
I've liked this show. It hasn't blown me away each week, but I've still enjoyed it. It's just, for me, the mystery is what's kept me going with this, which can sometimes be enough. Don't always need to be big action things to be exciting. Just give a good mystery.
Character stuff is great, Eddie. We don't need everything to be all the time.
Yes, but it has to have at the end, though. I want it at the end. So, Mo, how can they get in contact with us if they wish to do so?
Right, folks, if you want to email us, we are at tatmpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to tweet us, we are Talking Movies 3. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we are Talking at the Movies. Do get in contact. Do tell Eddie what the difference is between an alligator and a crocodile.
None. Yeah, guys, next week on our main show, talking at the movies, we're going to be reviewing Black Widow, having a nice, deep ass discussion about that. Can't wait. Can't wait. Should have already seen it, but I'm a fucking idiot. Damn it. So, from me, Idris.
And me, Mo.
See you guys next week. Later.